Hey everybody, we're so glad that you're joining us for our Weather Impact Show. Meteorologist Meredith Garofalo, joined by Jay Plyburn. We're so
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I was trying to say how nicely can I talk about the snow that we had on some cars this morning.
Don't be nice unless there's something to be nice about. I don't know. A lot of people like the snow, maybe miss the snow. I, for one, was a little surprised when I got out. I didn't have to scrape my window.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
When I got in the car, I was like, what is this? There's a little build up there.
Exactly.
April.
I know. April, I wish it was an April Fool's joke, somebody threw a little bit of ice on the window. But a couple more mornings like this, and then we should hopefully be
I had the heavy coat on this morning, too.
Right?
It was cold.
It's crazy. And we're not done with it just yet, but we do want to get straight to those 10 weather impact headlines. Also, a river flooding concern still out there. That's going to be from the heavy rain that we've seen. Gosh, it was day after day after day. But those river levels are high. Those riverbeds are swollen. So we're still going to see some places that are going to have flood warnings that are issued. So just keep that in mind. But the freeze warning, yes, that goes overnight tonight and into Tuesday morning. And we're still going to have some lingering snow showers. This is Ohio. This is spring in Ohio. And I do want to show you for parts of western Ohio, they had some pretty good amounts of snow coming down. Not as much as we saw here, but sometimes when you have these big wet flakes, you get that nice little pile up, even though it's all going to melt pretty quickly. But this was a scene from some of our friends out near Dayton sharing that video for us. But here's the freeze warning. It's not for everybody in central Ohio, but if you see your county shaded here in this deep blue, that does begin late tonight and goes through about 11 o'clock on Tuesday. Unfortunately, that means if your kids have to wait at the bus stop, maybe if you work outside, that morning is going to be quite frigid because we're also going to see the winds pick up, which is going to mean those wind chill factors will be in play. So here is the weather impact. It's going to be those freezing temps or sub-freezing temps for many of us. So don't put that winter coat away. We were just talking about that this morning. Make sure you have plenty of ways to stay warm, especially if you're somebody who has to be outdoors for longer periods of time overnight and in the morning hours and even throughout the day. But today it's not going to be that bad, actually. We'll see temperatures getting up into the 50s this afternoon. And then as we go into the second half of the day, we'll see those clouds clear eventually overnight. And that's going to not have that blanket effect. I like to say when you have the clouds, it acts like a blanket. It holds the heat in. When you don't have the clouds, it lets out all the heat from the day and it gets pretty chilly. So the hour-by-hour forecast this afternoon, plenty of sun, but you can see our next little system starting to creep down. Here's 4 o'clock today, and this could bring with it just enough moisture. We kick up some quick showers. I really don't think it'll be anything intense, just very brief, very quickly coming through where you might walk out and your car's dry and then 20 minutes later you're going to see some raindrops on there. And even for our northernmost zones, it depends on how quickly that cold air comes in. We might see some of those big, wet, heavy snowflakes. But for Tuesday morning, again, most of us having clear skies, and then we'll continue to see those skies stay sunny throughout the day with some clouds increasing in the afternoon. But overall, Tuesday is going to be quite a chilly, more winter feeling day for us. Our average highs typically getting around that 60-degree mark. But you can see as we continue to move forward into Wednesday, more clouds throughout the day, and then we see our next storm system approach. Now, the timing could still shift. We've got some time with this, but it does look like we'll start to see some rain in the second half of the day. Moving in first to our northernmost zones, you'll see the further north you go, a little bit of purple there. We actually might have some snow the further north that you travel, and depending on where those temperatures are at the time of day, I think if we stay in the 40s that this should mainly be rain, which is good news for us, just more of that yucky cold rain. And then as we go overnight, again, we'll take a look at the long range forecast, and you can see this is round one swirling through, still continuing for Thursday morning. Here's 8 o'clock. Then as we go into Friday, you can see just very active pattern for us. This continues to sit and just kind of spin here if it stays on this track, which would bring some moisture in for our friends along the lakefront. Might actually get some lake effect showers or snow showers as we go throughout the day on Friday. So that'll be something to watch. And then finally, as we get into the weekend, that storm system finally moves out and we will see some much milder air moving in. Wait until you see the temperatures for Sunday. I think you'll actually really be happy about that. But for today, mostly sunny skies, 55. Winds will be out of the west 5 to 10, shifting later to the northwest. Again, we could get some gusts upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour, 26 as we go overnight tonight with a feels like in the teens. teens. And then don't let the sun fool you. For Tuesday's forecast, I would have lots of layers, a very cold start and still being chilly as we go into the day. You can see, though, for tomorrow, it's really not until the early afternoon that we even get close to that 40-degree mark. But we start to march back upwards after that. You can see the next big chance of rain going to be with that storm system and continuously as we go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Not really looking like a big flooding threat or anything like that, but of course, with everything we've recently had, it's just so important for us to watch. So there's that 60-degree on Sunday. Jay.
I must have misunderstood. I thought you said 20s tonight, feeling like the teens.
I did.
Oh,
I was just trying to skip
no.
ahead. I know. No fun.
We're supposed to be past that by this time. This is my first winter into spring in Ohio, so
welcome to Ohio.
you can't call it a warm welcome, but it is what it is.
No, what is it? In like a lion, out like a lamb, going from March.
Yeah.
This is no lamb. That lamb's cold.
It's a chilly lamb. This time next month, we got to be done with the 20s.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm ready to break out some good golf attire and be out on the course and not have to have a long sleeve jacket.
Yeah, I want to put the ice scraper and the sweaters away.
That will be the goal. We're definitely going to work on that with the 10 weather impacting. But I do want to also offer a reminder that even with a break in the rain, the risk of flooding isn't completely over. The Ohio Department of Insurance has some tips for Ohioans dealing with severe weather and the destructive impact. And just, good things to keep in mind. That damage from water, hail, lightning, wind, and tornadoes, that's generally covered by standard homeowners and renters insurance after certain deductibles are met, though. So insurance protection for flood damage, that is provided, but it is a separate flood insurance policy. You want to get that ahead of time, not while an event is happening.
Sure.
And you can purchase that through an insurance agent. All right, one last punch for Jay, though, before we wrap up this show. We have actual video of the snow overnight that some of us came into this morning. Are you ready for it? There we go.
It's beautiful, no doubt.
We had video this morning. This was taken by 10 TV photojournalist Carl Todd Hunter. You can see the snow on the cars, those big, fat, fluffy flakes. It's hard to believe that is beginning of April here, but the good thing is you put on the windshield wiper, that's coming off pretty quick.
And that's central Ohio. That's not Cleveland, that's not lake effect. Oh, do we get lake effect this far? I think we're pretty far from the lake at this point.
If we get a strong enough band, we've seen it in the past.
Wow.
It can reach all the way down here, especially into like the Mansfield area, getting up into Morrow and Delaware counties. But
I love snow. I just don't love it at certain times of the year.
I
feel
know.
Like we're kind of beyond that.
My flowers in my backyard just started to come out of the ground, so I'm like, please don't ruin it.
The flowers will be confused.
I know. They might go right back in, and the next thing you know, I'm going to have flowers growing underground.
It is what it is.
Well, that's it for your weather update here on 10 TV Plus. Thank you so much, Jay, as always, for joining us. Now, coming up later tonight at 6, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will be in. We'll have the latest timing updates on the rain, the snow, the cold. But until then, you can always stay warm and catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Cheers.